Protecting your wallet. Rockville investigators are warning people this afternoon about a scam that cost one local resident nearly $800,000.
Yeah, and we're learning this afternoon that the victim was convinced she was dealing with federal agents trying to protect her.
Our Scott Broom is live in Rockville with the shocking new details on this case. Scott, this does sound surprising.
Attorney, a moment ago, the numbers are simply breathtaking. We're talking about one victim here for nearly $800,000. That victim was a resident of Leisure World. The guy who got caught appears to have been a courier for a larger organization, perhaps with ties to China, who posed as a federal agent and then talked to victims, mostly seniors, into handing over assets. The suspect, Wenhui Sun, he was arrested after allegedly coming to Leisure World in Silver Spring back in March to pick up what he thought was going to be more than another $300,000 in gold bars and said it was a sting. But the damage was already done because the victim had already handed over nearly $800,000 in previous meetings, gold bars, before she smelled a rat and got police involved. The scammers, here's how it works. They pose as federal agents. They convince victims they're victims of identity theft by international criminals. Then they use that whole fake story to convince victims to convert their assets to gold and give the metal over for so-called safekeeping to these fake federal agents. It's just stunning. Here's some reactions and comments from State's Attorney John McCarthy, followed by some residents of Leisure World I talked to this afternoon.
The FBI has put out an alert. I think they put the scale of thefts at $55 million nationwide. We've had $5 to $6 million taken from 12 victims here in the county. I mean, this is a big alert, particularly if you're a member of the senior community, that there are people out there posing as government agents trying to make you think that you might be in trouble or that you've been scammed. Your account has been hacked into, your social security number has been taken, and if you work with us, convert your cash to gold. We'll help you protect it. Give it to us. We'll hold it for you. Believe it or not, that's working.
Oh, they just call and tell you all kind of crap. They want you to buy something. And then they leave messages now on my machine.
Wish it didn't, but people are going to get scammed, and unfortunately, the scammers seem to be adept at getting around most of it.
Again, reactions from residents of Leisure World who say they're just deluged with texts and phone calls and emails, like a lot of us, with these scam attempts. Nearly $800,000 lost by this one victim at Leisure World alone, but it's worse than that. State's Attorney McCarthy said this has happened about a dozen times here in Montgomery County, with losses approaching a total of $8 million. So it's not just one victim. The FBI has issued an advisory on this with losses around the country. Here's the bottom line. Even though there's one single individual under arrest, it's clearly a much larger organization scratching the surface. Anyone calling you, claiming to be a federal agent, claiming you're the victim of some kind of identity theft and that they are here to help you, especially if they want you to convert some of your assets to gold bars or something like that and hand it over for safekeeping, that is the marker of this scam. You have to be aware of it. You have to be aware of almost anything coming your way. Again, one suspect locked up now, held without bail. Parent ties to China, says he's a California resident. We'll see how the case unfolds as investigators try to move through him and unpack the rest of this organization. Reporting live in Rockville, Scott Broom, WUSA 9.
Now, Scott, that is a heartbreaking story, but the takeaway is that hopefully we can inform other folks so they don't fall victim just like these other women did. Thank you so much, Scott.
Thanks, Scott.